There was a defending champion in the Trotters final. She was the brilliant Victorian mare Scotch Notch, who also won both of her heats in qualifying for the final. She beat Sir Castleton into third place in last year's final and looks to have fully recovered from an illness that threatened her career late last year. Most consider this to be a two-horse race between Scotch Notch and Sir Castleton. So let's have a look now at the field for the 1984 Interdominion Trotters final. The race is over 3,100 metres and there's $30,000 in stake money attached to this race. If it's to be a two-horse race, Sir Castleton certainly got an early advantage over Scotch Notch in the barrier draw. He drew 2 and will come into 1 with the scratching of the emergency Arkness, and Scotch Notch will start off the back line. Others that have attracted support are Another Touch, Sadie Gale and Big Jake. But most interest centred on numbers 2 and 9. Here's our race commentator, George Gruljusich.
Now the mobile barrier rolling away for this $30,000 grand final of the Trotters, and Sir Castleton went into a bit of a break there in the early part of the score up, but now he's coming through in the trotting gate through to number 1, but he's still back about 3 lengths, Sir Castleton. He's dropping back onto Scotch Notch. Sir Castleton now making ground up along the rail. They're about 50 metres from the start point. And Sir Castleton's going to be back behind them. There's the blue light. They're racing. Sir Castleton began well, but going very quickly is Johnny Tolliver. Now she's broken up and gone back through the field. And a good race for the lead sees Yankees Purchase go to the front, but Tussle, the other New Zealander's gone very fast from the outside of the front row, and she's gone to the front now. And it's Tussle, the leader from Yankees Purchase, and they were followed 3 lengths back by Sadie Gale and Sir Castleton on the fence. And then further back behind them, moving up around the outside, there's one there with the colours obscured. That's Another Touch, and back on the inside is Scotch Notch, then down South Clare. Then a break in the field of about 3 lengths further back to Big Jake, and they were followed by Big General, and a long way back to Johnny Tolliver. Down the home straight the first time, and it's Tussle the leader, and he's eased up Peter Jones here. The pace is moderate as they come to the judges' box with 3 laps to run. The 2 favoured runners are locked on the fence in centre field, and going out of the straight with just under 3 laps to go. The leader is Tussle, shows the way from Sadie Gale on the outside, and on the fence Yankees Purchase, Another Touch, 1 out and 1 back. Sir Castleton on the inside. They were followed then moving up on the outside by Down South Clare, and then about a length back on the inside to Scotch Notch, and there's Johnny Tolliver making a 3-wide run from the back of the field. They were followed by Big Jake second last, and a length back on the inside is Big General. Down the back straight they go, 2.5 laps from home, and the pace has gone on here, and Tussle leads by 3/4 of a length on Sadie Gale. Out 3 wide is Johnny Tolliver. They were followed by Yankees Third Purchase down on the fence, and between horses a length back is Another Touch, which is getting a good run. Sir Castleton tried to come off the fence there, but couldn't do so. Down South Clare's on his outside, a length and a half back to Scotch Notch, racing on the inside there of Big Jake, and about 2.5 lengths further back behind him is Big General. A very interesting affair as they come down the straight with just over 2 laps to run, and Sadie Gale's got to the front. Ted Demler's taken it to the lead. It leads a length and a quarter from Tussle in second position. On the outside is Johnny Tolliver. Back on the inside is Yankees Purchase. 1 out and 1 back, Another Touch, and then on the inside Sir Castleton buried away. Then down South Clare on the outside, and they were followed by Big General. Further back to Big Jake, and Scotch Notch went back to last along the rail, but has come out off the fence down, is in the clear. Scotch Notch, but she is last. Going in towards the back straight now. They've got about 1,500 metres to go. Here's another move around the field by Down South Clare. She's taken off and going up around the outside to challenge Sadie Gale with just over a lap and a half to go. A length back behind that pair is Tussle running a good race, and 2 lengths further back Johnny Tolliver. She's on the outside of Yankees Purchase, and further back Another Touch, and then 3/4 of a length to Sir Castleton on the inside. Big Jake is a length back, and they were followed a length and a half away by Scotch Notch, now second last, and a length and a half to Big General. Around the bend they come now, and they've got about 1,100 metres left to run, and they're almost level in front. Sadie Gale on the inside, and on the outside Down South Clare, which won the consolation last year in Auckland. A length and a half back behind them, coming off the fence, or about to come off the fence is Tussle as they get the bell with just over a lap to go. On the inside is Yankees Purchase, followed by Johnny Tolliver, and here comes Scotch Notch. 4 wide around the outside of Big Jake, Another Touch, and Sir Castleton on the rail, and 3 lengths to Big General, which has gone into a break. And there's about 750 metres left to go as they go towards the back straight, and Sadie Gale's the leader. Sadie Gale shows the way by 3/4 of a length on Down South Clare. Going right up around the outside with a big run there is Scotch Notch into third position. Between horses is Tussle. Out wide is Big Jake, and then on the inside Yankees Purchase, and Sir Castleton driving up between horses. 450 metres left to go. Sadie Gale in front, but Scotch Notch coming over around the outside with a brilliant sprint past the 400 metre mark, and Scotch Notch has gone to the lead here from Sadie Gale, which is beaten a length and a half to Tussle, followed by Big Jake, and here comes Sir Castleton. Sir Castleton in by Sadie Gale. The next one in was Big Jake, then another touch, and 10 lengths further back to Down South Clare, Big General, followed by Joni Tolliver, and Yankees Purchases last.
So a spectacular finish to the Trotters Grand Final between the two best trotters in Australasia. It looked as though Scotch Notch, the defending champion, had stolen the race on the turn. She'd got away to a good lead, but then Sir Castleton, driven by Paddy Timmins, was set alight in the straight, and Sir Castleton, the New Zealander, stormed home over the top of Scotch Notch and was going away from the Victorian mare on the line. A superb drive by Paddy Timmins, beautifully judged, and a very strong staying performance by Sir Castleton, but Scotch Notch will lose very few friends with that performance in finishing second in the 1984 final. There are the numbers in the Trotters Grand Final for 1984, 2, 9 and 7. Sir Castleton finished third to Scotch Notch in Auckland last year, so he's avenged that defeat. Beautifully driven by Paddy Timmins, as I said, winning the 1984 Trotters Grand Final. Second, Scotch Notch from Victoria, and the third, another New Zealander, number 7, Tussle.